ABC's For Future Millionaires, a fun and educational guide to money for kids, helps young readers develop a solid foundation in money management.
Author and financial literacy expert Ross Mack joins us now to discuss the importance of financial literacy for children. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me.
It's one of those topics that even when they get to high school, it's not like they're like learning how to balance a checkbook, because it doesn't work that way that much anymore.
I mean, what's
kids,
a check?
I know. Kids have no idea the value of a dollar.
At all, right? I think when it's all said and done, us as parents, we have to take it amongst ourselves to say, okay, let's step in where schools themselves actually don't prepare children, right? Like, obviously some schools across the nation are now implementing financial literacy programs, but when it comes to basic financial literacy, it has to start at home.
Ross, and what we love about you is that you have the background to talk about money. I mean, you're an Ivy League graduate. On top of that, you worked in the finance industry with some really big companies. What made you decide, okay, I've got to pursue this, I got to give back?
Well, I think, you know, I'm from the south side of Chicago, and one of the things I realized when I was working on Wall Street is that you learn so much things by purely being exposed to it, right? I think exposure is the greatest teacher, and I realized a lot of the conversations that I was hearing, I wasn't taught this, right? I went to Wharton School. I wasn't taught about, you know, how to truly invest properly, or, you know, why I should open up an LLC, or how to actually do tax strategies. However, I was exposed to different conversations, and what I realized was that I need to find a better way to bring Wall Street to Main Street. And so after that, you know, I worked in Morgan Stanley in New York, came back home to Chicago, I worked at Grosvenor, and I was like, let me find a better way, a more entertaining and engaging way to actually teach our community. And so I started Macconomics. And so today, Macconomics is a production company where we are finding ways to make it more entertaining and easily digestible when it comes to financial literacy.
And I love watching your videos because you got 3 kids.
Yes.
And you're in the car driving.
Pray for us.
And you're doing the ABCs of financial literacy. And are they getting it? Because 3 under 3, that's really young to talk.
Yeah. So here's what I realized, right? I think that when you're talking to your children, they're an empty sponge, right? However, I look at financial literacy as its own language, and therefore the earlier you start getting exposed to it, you actually just pick up things by osmosis. And so, sure, they might not understand every concept, but now they truly do understand the value of a dollar, right? When now they're understanding, hey, I actually own that stock. I'm on YouTube watching Gracie's Corner or Miss Rachel. I own Google because I own YouTube now, or on YouTube. And so we're having those conversations early, and I really just love exposing my children to that.
Ross, I think that's brilliant, because a lot of parents would not hesitate to introduce a sport to their child if they're like 2 years old or 3 years old. So why not, you know, financial literacy?
Absolutely.
So smart. So you kind of break it down into budgeting, saving, and investing. Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, so, well, in terms of talking to your children, I think it's very important that they understand, one, the value of a dollar. They need to understand costs. They need to understand inflows, outflows. They also need to understand the power of saving, right? I think having a piggy bank is very important so that they can actually see what's going on. They're saving towards a goal. And then obviously as the kids get older, I really think it's important when it comes to investing. But when it comes to this book, right, I find it to be something that's more transformative. You know, obviously children they don't have the longest attention span, but what we do is we find ways to, one, have an amazing picture, something that they could actually look and gravitate towards, and then also we're going to have very kid-friendly definitions, right? So, for instance, if we're looking at the letter F, the letter F in this book is for FICO score. However, we're going to put it in a way that they're going to actually be able to truly understand it.
Yeah,
so
that's a big term
when it comes
for
to
a little
FICO
kid.
score, we make it more, you know, we make it a lot easier. So FICO score for them, it's like a report card for how well you pay back the money that you borrow. And so for every actual letter, it's something that they could actually relate to.
All right, what's B?
B is for bank. And so it'd be a picture of a beautiful young lady sitting there, or beautiful young girl sitting there with her piggy bank in front of a bank. So now they're able to start rationalizing, understanding a few of the things that they see in their everyday life.
I love that. And you don't think, you know, any age is too young to start investing?
Absolutely not, right? And so we were talking about this pre-show. At the end of the day, right, and I talk about this all the time, we always say this, right? I wish I knew this when I was younger. I wish my parents did this when I was younger. And I say now's the time to actually put that into practice. So all of my children have investment accounts. They have college savings accounts, 529s. They have custodial accounts. And they also work for my company, Macconomics, so I'm able to pay them. Now they can have custodial Roth IRAs, but at the end of the day, putting several $100s a month aside, invested into the S&P 500, it compounds, and by the time they're 30, they'll have over $1 million.
And let's face it, we're reading these ABC board books to these kids at 6 months and up, so why not make it financial?
Absolutely.
I love that. And of course, with kids, the one advantage they have is the fact that they have time on their side, right? And that time helps compound all the investments. So
There we go.
there you go.
Thank you, Ross. This is fantastic. Maconomics.com is his website. You can get the book on Amazon or order it from the website as well.
There's actually a lot of adults that I know that
I
can
know.
use this
I mean,
book. I mean,
really,
I'm really
that-
talking to myself too. But all right.